Hi, everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Ginny Weasley from Harry Potter. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first, and then Sharpies. So, if you want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description, and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. That was a little faster than I expected. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Quick sketch, real quick, for myself. Now remember, this is only for me. So those of you that are upset that you can't see it, I know, and I'm sorry. But right now, I can only do this for myself, and maybe eventually I'll be able to do this for everybody to see, to sketch along with me. Because I hear you. Maybe you're here to draw along with me, but you can see more of the Sharpie portion. Go over there and you'll see it. But this is just for me to get the placement, the proportion, and position. To see if I've got it looking right, and then we can move on to fleshing it out, so to speak. But yeah, this is all for me, and eventually I'll see if I can find a way to get a sketch in for everybody else. But the problem with it is I want the Sharpie to stand out, not the pencil sketch. And when it comes down to giving you the final product, I don't really have a way to make the pencil disappear if I make them super thick, right? So I kind of have to just, unfortunately, go with this because I can erase this, right? Whereas if I use something harder, a bigger pencil or something, I don't know if I can erase it, and I don't know what else I could use. Like, I've tried markers before, like a light gray marker, but you can still kind of see it in the Sharpie portion, like for the robots. What was it? March of Robots. I experimented with sketching in a gray marker, and it worked out great, but again, you still could kind of see it, and that's fine, because that was just an experiment to see what would happen. This, I kind of want a little more subtle. I want you to be able to see it, and I want you to be able to see the Sharpie at the end, so I don't have a solution for sketching and making it disappear yet. So I'm working on it. I'm trying to think of what else I could do. And eventually we'll get there. But yeah, so basically that was a long, what time haul was it? 3 minutes of me trying to tell you, I know you can't see, but eventually we'll get there. I'll try to figure out a way to get you a way to sketch along with me. Let's talk about Ginny. I actually had to re-record it because I said Jenny, and it's spelled with an I, right? So Ginny, right? I said Jenny the first time. I was like, wait, I don't like that. Let's say it right. And so I had to go back and redo it. It's not that important. Nobody ever pays attention to that stuff, but it was important for me, and that's the trick. Is you got to make yourself happy, You can hear the birds are out. I got my window open. It's a nice Texas day again. Beautiful birds are out singing. While we do our beautiful drawing. So anyway, let's talk about Ginny. So all I know, unfortunately, I'm be honest with you, all I know is from the movies. I've never read the books. My daughter has read the books, and so she keeps me updated, and then also the internet kind of teaches me stuff too. So You know, like I said, I'm familiar with the books, and that's, you know, that's all I got. But I don't know much about her. I guess that's where I was going. It's like I don't know much about her besides. Put that arm in. I want it down a little bit more. Besides what's in the movies, and so I picked a pose that was very like not defiant, but strong. A strong pose that I felt was very Ginny, right? Very, I know what I'm doing. And she's a strong character, right? And then, I mean, I kind of want her as a strong, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on. Give me a second. I'm not good with words, but give me 1 second to try to figure out what the word I'm looking for. A strong counterpart to Harry Potter, right? I mean, that's who she ends up marrying. So it's like you need to be a strong. I don't want to say wife because it's not his property, right? It's like I want to say that they're a couple, right? They're a good couple together, and that's the word I'm looking for. That's why I'm trying to find a better word than a strong wife to Harry Potter. That kind of implies that, you know, it's his show. You know what I mean? It is, obviously, I know. It's called Harry Potter. You know, I get it. But I'm just trying to be equal in their ranking, so to speak. You know, it's like, well, if they're a team, you're married, you're a team now. You know, it's not, well, I'm his wife or I'm her husband. You know, it's like, well, this is you're part of a team. That's why it's called a better half, right? And so I'm trying to think of a good way to say that this is a good pose for her to be a strong counterpart to her husband, right? They're a strong couple, and that's how they survive. And I like this. Like I said, it's not a defiant pose. It's a very stern pose. And that's, I guess that's the best way I can put it, is that it's a very strong pose. That's it. That's it. Again, here's the problem. Here's the problem. I'm not a good speaker, and I've said that many times. I'm just trying to entertain you with some words, and the problem is when I try to describe something, that's when it falls apart. Like now. I'm trying to describe that she's a very strong character, right? But I don't have the words for it. So, that's what it comes down to. It's like, we'll just be quiet and draw, old man. That's why they're here. They don't want to hear you talk. Just draw. I think that'll work. That's not too bad. I was gonna go for over the whole look. I can draw people that look like them. I can't draw the actual characters, but I say that all the time. You know. So let me erase some of these sketch lines real fast, because I want my Sharpie to stand out, not my pencil lines. And so when I first put lines down, like I said, it's the 3 P's: position, proportion, placement. Like, you know, placement and position are two different things. Placement, position, proportion. So anyway, as I'm sketching this down, those are light lines, and I just kind of throw lines down trying to find it. And then as I get more confident, I press harder. So when I lightly erase like this, the sketch lines disappear because I'm not pushing as hard. Well, I'm pushing hard enough to erase that, but not pushing hard enough to erase the confidence lines. And that's how you live your life. You get rid of your sketchiness, follow your confidence, you'll do amazing things, and I'll be there to salute and honor your achievements. I believe in you. You can do this. You got this. All right, so a little thick line there I want to try to get rid of. Okay, no, I think it's good enough. I say we welcome all the skippers and get going. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but a pen's a little finer than a fine point and can find things that a fine point can't quite find. I sketched the entire thing out. I've erased the majority of the sketch lines, but left myself enough to see where we're going to go. And if you want to see more Harry Potter, check out that playlist right there. Or just check out the playlist in general, because I do so many drawings that I may have already drawn what you're looking for. So check them out. If not, give me a shout and I'll see what I can do about requests. So I'm going to jump right in with her eyelids, and she's kind of looking straight at you, so we're doing a straight out, we're not turning or anything, it's just a head straight at you, so I just want to make sure I get them level. So let's draw the eyelids like this, like that, and looks good to me. So let's draw the retina, the color part of the eye. Okay, looks good. And so these Sharpies are so small, or this drawing is so small, that I can't put a lot of detail in for the Sharpie. So I'm going to try to I'm going to try to dab the pupil just in the middle, like that. It just is going to bleed if I go too far. So I'm just trying to stay in the center. There we go. This one is going to get a little bit lower. That'll work. And so also I don't draw the bottom of the eye because it'll bleed. So I just kind of come in just a little bit like that, right? And probably a little bit, it's too big over here on this side. So now, since what I do is I like to put a little eyelash in the corner here, I'm just going to bring it in from the bottom to provide that eyelash and to kind of close out the eye, because I did it way too big. It looked very anime. Something like that. So same thing here on the outer edge. I'm just trying to do like a little bit of eyelash is really all I'm doing. But really I'm just thickening up the outer edge, right? That'll work. And so color will take care of the under part of the eye. So I'm going to give her an eyebrow. Something like that. Do another thin one over here, something like this. And I want to color the men, honestly, to give her red hair, but that's good for this drawing, because it'll give you a placement. Now for the bridge of the nose and all that stuff, it's a nice smooth contour, so I don't use a hard edge Sharpie like that. I just do it for the harder edges, like I said, the nostrils and things like that are hard edges. That I can do with color, so I'm not worried about that. I'm just going to come down here, draw some nostrils. Maybe connect it for the bulb of the nose. Maybe draw the outer nostril just a little bit. Right? And all this, the bulb and all that stuff, the roundness of the nose, I'm going to do that with color. So I'm keeping it very, very minimal with the Sharpie. Because Sharpies just scream at you. You can't really get subtle with it. You can do shading with a pencil and stuff, but man, not with a Sharpie. Okay, so for her mouth, I'm going to keep it real simple. And the problem with the drawings at this size is when I want to do the lips, I'm going to try to leave it open to color, but we'll see what happens. Just letting you know that it may be black, and I'm sorry about that. There you go. See, it's a little thick. There we go. It's subtle. And then I'm going to do the bottom lip bigger. But see, if I slow down, it bleeds too much, so I got to be careful. That'll work. So let me draw her chin right here. Okay, and I'm going to work towards the edges of her face. There's her jawline. Same thing over here. Oops, that curved in way too much. That's okay. It happens. I'll just compensate by coming back up here like this. That's a little out. It should have been up more than out. So let's see if we can fix that. Maybe with some hair. We're going to kind of bring some hair in through like this. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll say is covering her face like that. So you can always fix stuff. You can always go back and redo and fix and touch and adjust, right? Okay, you can see a little bit of her ear here, but the hair is going to start coming around. That's what I'm saying here. That's where it's going to start to flow and do whatnot. That's not the way I sketched it, but I'm going to make it work, okay? So I've got her hairline here, just kind of on the side. We're going to bring it through like this. And I'm going to part it down the middle. I guess on the side, really. It's not the middle. Look at that. And then I want it over her bangs. So I'm going to kind of come over like this and kind of come down and go out. And then her bangs are going to come down this way and kind of go in. Okay? So then I can start to draw some hair. We'll say that's what that is, kind of flowing a little bit. And again, it's not the actress. I know. I can draw what I say are cosplay people, right? I can't get it to look like the actual people, but I can look like someone who's dressed as Ginny for Comic-Con, you know? That's how I justify that I don't have time to get likenesses 100% right. Also, I'm going to thicken my lines up just a little bit, because when I switch over to this Sharpie, you're going to see a huge difference in line width. So I kind of match where it's going to go. Let's draw the hair, then I can draw what's underneath, because her hair is over her sweater and all that stuff. So back to what I was doing. So I'm going to draw the ends of it like this. And she kind of has the same length. So I don't want to draw too odd I don't want to draw a bunch of lines coming down like that. I want kind of an edge, so to speak, because it's all one length hair kind of thing. Not bad. And let's kind of just play around with a few lines. Again, it's going to be colored, so I don't want to draw all the hairlines. I do, but I shouldn't, is what I'm trying to say. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Again, I'm thickening up some of my lines. You don't have to. Because remember, ultimately, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. We'll meet somewhere in between. But also, if you're working with pencil, it might look a little weird if you kind of double back to try to thicken up a line. I'm just kind of explaining to you what I'm doing because of Sharpies. After I just say I'm not drawing all the hairs, I come back and do that. I want to, though. I want to. It's so much fun. That's the problem. All right, let's try to get the shape of her head. So I'm going to come in here and do this. That looks good. Sometimes if it doesn't look good, I'll come back and do another line just to try to compensate. But I like that. That one worked out pretty well. See, it's not too bad. But yeah, if I don't like it, I'll come back and maybe I'll thin it up by drawing on the inside there, on the outside there, and kind of drawing a better shape. Let's see, what did I do for the sketch? See her next there? Okay, got it. I see it now. Again, I kind of want all these the same length. In my sketch, I do some that were a little bit longer, but I don't want to do that. I want to keep them about all the same because I want her hair to be the same length all the way across. The bug flying through. So something like that. I mean, that's good enough. Again, we're going to color it, so I'm not too worried about it, but I just wanted to capture the feel of the flow of the locks, especially to fix that. Because I messed up her face and I had to go back and fix that line. And if you want to hear me ramble on about Harry Potter, go back and check the sketch portion. I do. I ramble on way too much. Alright, so I'm going to switch over to the big Sharpie so you can see a little bit better. And we'll see how this works out. Okay, so I'm going to draw her shirt. So I'm going to come over here and do this. But see how thick this is? That's what I'm talking about. I wanted to get a little match, just a little bit of what's going on there. Let's see. I'm going to come down here for the collar. I'm going to kind of Go back up, try not to draw through the hair. Looks good to me. Draw the tie. Oof, my brain's just not here. And then the edge of her sweater. See, I drew through the hair right there. Okay, so now I can draw her shoulders. And so this arm is out. This one's tucked a little bit back behind her. So I'm going to come out here. And her shirt's all pushed up. She like pushed her sleeves up kind of thing. So I'm going to kind of follow my sketch. But again, I know it's kind of bumpy for an arm. But again, it's following anatomy, but following that her sleeve is pushed up, right? Okay, so this is going to be the back of her sweater, just so you see where we are. There's the waist, and let's draw the torso so you get a feel for the actual drawing of where we are. So I'm going to draw her other shoulder over here. Down to her torso again. And they're going to go ahead and just close off the sweater like that. Again, so you get a feel for the actual body of the placement, right? Since we're here, since we're drawing what I'm trying to say is like let's add some wrinkles. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm not doing a good job of it, of talking. All right, so yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of wrinkle up the material a lot, and because it's all pushed up, a lot of it is folded up on itself. No rhyme or reason, just kind of draw a bunch of lines like that, right? Just all pushed up. So you can see that shirt underneath this, that's kind of pushed back first. I found a great picture of her sleeves like this, and I loved it. So I kind of want to get that feel for it, because like this arm was pushed back and the sleeve was a little exposed. On this one, she didn't quite push the sweater back enough, so you still see the sweater over the sleeve. Kind of, I don't know, it kind of cuts off right there. You can't see anything else, so I'm making up the rest. Okay, so this hand is just going to be hanging down like this. So there's the arm, there's the elbow, there is the forearm to the wrist. Like this. Gonna come down to the thumb, back of the hand, and this is where it connects, right there, just to get a feel for where the hand is, right? So we can draw the thumb. The first finger, the index finger. And then the other fingers are just back behind it like that. So basically first we're drawing that, and then we're gonna add some other fingers like this, okay? But again, you can't really see much. And that's all you can see because of the way her hand is positioned. A little long, I didn't mean for it to be that long, but that's okay. Work. Okay, so this one is tucked back behind her just a little bit. So all you can really see is the sweater to there. And again, pushed up, but not over the shirt. Like that. And it's about right there. So now we're drawing that much of the arm the rest of the way. To the wrist. Like that. Let's draw those folds before I forget. Not as much because it's not as pushed up as that. That's very extreme. So there's a whole bunch of wrinkles. This one not as much. Okay, so this hand we're doing like this, like all the Harry Potters, that you can only see the thumb more than anything else, and the rest of the fingers are back behind. So basically like this is what we're drawing, and you can't really see much anyway, okay? Now I gotta draw the thumb before I do anything else, because I want to make sure that's in front of, and then I can draw the in front of these fingers and in front on top of the wand, so I make sure that I have enough room for that. See, the bug keeps flying around here. Okay, so now that I did that, I want to draw the I know that's very simple, but I want to draw the what do you call it, the wand with the small Sharpie real fast. And you can get a ruler if you want, but I'm just going to do it by hand, because the nice thing is a lot of their wands, they're very like natural wood type kind of thing, that they're not straight. Some of them are, sure, I get it, but some of them aren't perfect, right? So it's okay to have a jingly jangly piece of wood like this kind of thing. I want to draw more on the hand, but again, because it's just wrapped around, that's all you can really see. So let's draw like a few fingers of see, because I want to do like, you can see some of the hand marks, but see, it gets messy if you start doing that stuff. So let's just draw some fingers in like this, and that's it. That's all you can really see, because again, we're just doing that where it's not anything that's just a big mass. That's all it really is, you know? Okay, so let's draw her skirt. So it's just hanging down, nothing too crazy. Same thing here, but it's following the contours of the body. And I guess we could draw some of the wrinkle lines. I try not to draw too many because it's better subtle, you know? Okay, and so now we're just going to draw her legs. And so they're coming down here to her ankles. Back of her legs like this. Okay, so there's the shoe, like that. There is like a buckle over their shoe, something like this, and then the front. Add a little bit of a heel. That looks good. Other leg down. Now add a little, just tiny little detail with this in a second. So let's draw the other side of her leg. Okay, a little off, but that'll work. Let's see. Here's the buckle going across like that. There's the shoe coming down. Again, that little open part, and I'll add some detail. Something's off about this. I can't figure out what. I think I don't quite have the anatomy down perfect, but that's okay. Let's see. We'll just add like a little bit of wear and tear, something like that. You know what it is? This leg is out too much. If you could bring it in just a little bit, because think of anatomy. If you can bring it in just a little bit like that, it'd look even better. But I say that's good. I say we go ahead and do the rest with color. So that is Ginny Weasley from Harry Potter. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.